Hi everyone, Mike here with Cinesamples, and this video is the CineWinds update video. In this video, I'm going to show you what's new in CineWinds 1.1 for anyone that owns either CineWinds Core or CineWinds Pro. Now, in CineWinds Core, we have an all-new patch that we went back to the MGM scoring stage at Sony Picture Studios, and we recorded an all-new oboe. So we have an all-new oboe for you that we're including in this update that you can download today. And I'll just play a little bit of it. So this operates the same as all the other patches. You have the shorts and the longs, and you can adjust the volume with mod wheel, and you also have breath control, controlling the amount of vibrato. And we really, the first oboe that we did, it came out good, but I think in hindsight, it had too much of a classical tone. And in all our libraries, we're trying to aim for that really cinematic sound. So we're really happy with the way this turned out. It's a nice, rich, full, cinematic, expressive quality. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So I hope you guys like it too. So this is a free patch for you, which you can download. And now, if you are a CineWinds Pro owner, we have an all-new Contrabass Clarinet, which was not in the original version. And that sounds like this, Contrabass Clarinet. Here we go. All right, let me hold the pedal down, you get the... It's a great instrument. So you get these two new patches, one for the CineWinds Core users and one for the CineWinds Pro users. Now, as far as updates to all the other patches, one of the biggest features that we added, and this has been a big request from you guys, is an all-new Legato volume knob. This is going to allow you more control over the way the legato sounds. Now, when we first released CineWinds, there were some complaints, and there were rightful complaints, that the legato in some of the instruments was too loud. And one of the biggest issues was in the bassoon. So, it was definitely too loud. But then we fixed it, and there were complaints that it was too quiet. The legato was too quiet. So we're like, all right, fine. We'll just put in a legato volume knob, and we're going to set it to about that sort of middle range that feels pretty good, but you can adjust it as you want. So I'm going to kind of show you what it sounds like when we have the volume. So by default, it's about here. Here's how the bassoon sounds now. Right. Now, if I increase the volume all the way, this is how the legato sounds. It's a little bit too much, right? If I turn it all the way down, you don't have any of the legato, and that you don't want either. So it's kind of the sweet spot is right around here. And what you can do is you can assign it to a MIDI control automation. And you can ride the amount of legato if you really wanted to. But hopefully we kind of fixed the default to be pretty good. But there, you have that extra flexibility if you need it. And also, of course, you have the legato speed knob. Now, the next thing that we included in both CineWinds Core and CineWinds Pro are split patches. So there's some composers Actually, what's been really great for us at Cinesamples, we've been able to help out a number of composers out here in LA, and there's still a lot of guys that still prefer having individual patches for the different articulations. So we have everything all split out here. So you got the piccolo, eighths, quarters, half sustains, half step trill, all this stuff separated out for those guys who still like to have different MIDI tracks. And this is actually could be very beneficial, especially if your final product is going to be going to an orchestrator, and it makes the orchestrator's job infinitely easier because they don't have to figure out what key switches and what things are triggering which articulations. They just can look at the track name and make their lives a little easier. So that is going to be hugely helpful for especially the composers who use live musicians. By the way, I think everyone should be using live musicians. And that's coming from a sample developer. What's wrong with me? Now, the next thing that we've added, well, the next big improvement that we did was denoising. Now, in CineWinds Pro, we went back and heavily denoised the bass flute, as well as the alto flute, bass clarinet, Irish whistle, and penny whistle. These were the biggest culprits, specifically the bass flute. It's a very quiet instrument, and whenever you're playing a very quiet instrument in a massive room such as Sony, there's gonna be lots of noise. And in our first pass, we didn't get it right. So now I think we did. We went through sample by sample, not only getting rid of the hiss, the general noise, but also the individual clicks and chair shuffling and all that stuff. All right, the next feature that was added to all of the patches is this new thing in the settings page, which is the shorts release layer. This is another main feature that you guys have requested, which allows you to turn on and off the release of the shorts. So let me see if I can explain this. For the shorts that are longer than the quarter note, like the quarter note and the half note shorts, here. What you can do is if you lift early, you can cut off the length of the sample. But it introduces a release sample, which I guess some people didn't want. So you can turn that off if you don't want that release sample in there, and you can just let it go right into the reverb. And it allows really good control over the lengths of the notes if you're constructing a melody that needs very clear note lengths. That makes sense? Okay, I hope so. All right. Then finally, we went through and did a whole new dynamic adjustment to a variety of things, including the leveling between the different articulations so that you can switch between shorts and longs, and everything matches a lot better now. It's funny when you're first producing a library and you're getting it out there and you're just aiming to release it on a certain date. You think it's perfect, but then it gets out there into the hands of all you guys, and then you realize, oh, it's not perfect. So thank you for all of your feedback, and it's really helped improve this library, and we're going to continue to improve it and hopefully make this the world's most composer-friendly woodwind library. I know it's a cheesy tagline, but I'm going to stick with it. Well, thanks for watching, and we really hope you enjoy CineWinds 1.1 update. So head on over to cinesamples.com and pick up the update today.